want to see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
The thickest fucking sweater ever. Is there a zipper built into your hoodie? What is that? A pocket? It's for your la droga. Show them the droga pocket. Look at that. That's where he puts his droga. Zippers are complicated, I know. My name is Phil Balabanos. Poseidon, I will ask you, I know I said fuck it, but when you get a chance, can you tilt my camera down a little bit? Because I'm just a little heavy. My name is Phil Balabanos. Welcome to the morning show, and you can find out more about me at balabanos.com, is what I would say if I was Phil, which I am. George Jiggity Chandrilos, the host of many a podcast, currently making crazy things. Over at his brassard, I know you saw it. Over in his brassard basement, he's doing politiquement parlant. Which camera is on? Oh, I thought it was that one. So when you crossed it, I went. So they didn't get to see that beautiful that tuchus of yours. Don't show them the tuchus. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to do it. It's the morning show. It's not the intellectual. Sit down. I'll let you guys know. It's robust. It's voluptuous, it's sumptuous, and his underwear matches his running shoes, which is not something I knew you needed to do. Today, Poseidon is repping the Bloods.
What?
Not the Crips. Because you're in red.
Oh, because of my shoes.
Yeah, and your underwear. Who buys red underwear, by the way? Anyways, D Poseidon 69. I am Poseidon.com.
It came in a box. Like there was multiple underwear.
How is that an explanation? Can you tell me?
Look,
it came in a box.
Look,
By the pack,
listen to
and
me.
in it there's a red one.
There was a gray. Yeah, there was a gray one, a black one.
Could have said that.
A green one and a red one.
If it's not black underwear, I don't want it.
Yeah, I used to wear white underwear
I do everything but
when
white.
I was a teenager.
Really? Oh,
And then I realized why that was a mistake really
Of course
fast.
it was a mistake, yeah. Because there are dire consequences to not knowing if it's a fart or not a fart.
If you bend over and your pants sag a little bit, it's over.
You're done. Everyone's like, look at that skit. Panteliscomedy.com is the website of Pantelis. That's right, just Pantelis. Like Godzilla, Roseanne, and Madonna. Right?
Yeah.
You can find out all kinds of stuff. Tour dates. I know he opened up last night for a man. What's the guy's name? What's his name?
Tom Green.
Tom Green, yeah. Pantelis
What
opening
happened?
up for Tom Green yesterday. The one ball wonder of comedy. Remember that?
No.
Yeah, he had testicular cancer, I believe. He lost one of his testicles years ago.
No
yeah.
way.
It was a big thing. He had talked about it a lot. It was important for men's health.
God damn.
God damn. Not Pantelis. Pantelis has both testicles as far as I know. I can confirm this later in the day.
You already know.
Patreon.com. You fuck.
You already know.
Patreon.com/Pantelis
We know what happens behind
is where you
closed
can
doors.
support the endeavors. Jokes aside, even though we share the space, like we have the lease together, I only see him like once a month. Like we're not here at the same time.
He's ethereal.
Or maybe I'm ethereal.
No.
No, I'm here all the time. I'm like fucking furniture. I'm just in my office toiling away in the dark. So patreon.com/Pantelis. There's all kinds of stuff that are Patreon exclusive, none of which I'm aware of because I can't remember. But you can check that out too.
But just go support.
Just go support.
Don't be a peasant.
Don't be a peasant because peasants are very supportive of their overlords.
No.
Be a thief.
No, because if you were to be a...
Hey, I got the joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going
How
on?
are the open mics going for you?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
How come? You're not funny?
I've gone tomatoes thrown at me.
No.
Eggs.
Who brings the
Come
tomato?
on. Seriously?
With the price of food and inflation being so high, people are throwing eggs and tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's like a $2 boo.
One man stood up and he said, "Get this homosexual off the stage."
That did not happen.
I'm joking, bro.
Oh. But the tomatoes and the eggs is real, huh?
No, it's a joke.
I mean, if you're going to throw tomatoes and eggs, that's a very distracting sound. Is that from the computer?
No.
It really feels like something's vibrating in the room. No, eh?
No.
They're just drilling. Okay.
Yeah, they're drilling.
What a horrible sound.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you couldn't hear it through the headphones, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
It stopped now, anyways. I really thought the computer was about to explode.
No, but imagine you had a
But
show.
no, a tomato or an egg, you might as well just throw toonies at the guy. You'll also inflict more damage.
No, but imagine you're present at that show and you don't know. You're like, okay, let me just go support Poseidon. You're sitting and then you just see fucking eggs being thrown at him.
That would be fucking the best
Wouldn't
$14 I ever spent.
Exactly. I love
Poseidon
it.
getting egged on stage, and then he shits himself. And he's like, do I
Honestly-
still get paid?
No, for real.
How's it going?
If that were to happen, I'd end up in jail.
If someone threw an egg at me, I'd kill them.
Yeah, 100%. I'd end up in jail.
But that's me. Now I have to think about it like I'm you. So if I'm up there and they've paid good money, and I'm being not funny, maybe I deserve the egg.
No. I'm still stabbing someone.
Okay, fair point. So that was his defense
No.
out the window.
I won't even.
So here's my
no,
question
I'll plead
again.
Guilty.
I will
plead
posit
guilty. I
my
don't care.
query again, Antonius. How are the open mics going for real?
Oh, they're going okay.
Yeah,
Some
you
good
getting
nights.
some chuckles?
Yeah, some chuckles. The latest one I did, I lost the crowd completely because it was a joke it was a new joke.
He
and
just
it was-
comes out. What's the deal with N words? Right? Nice, nonsense, Niger.
That's clever.
Maybe I should do open
So you were-
mics.
so
I
you
wonder
were-
how I would do it. On
So
an
you were
open
trying
mic.
a new
Oh
joke.
my god!
What? What? Did you have you stroke? He had a stroke.
I had an epiphany.
Yeah. What was it?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's for a joke.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you can check him out on.
Do
an
your
open mic.
thing.
Yeah, I'll do my thing. You write that down. I've noticed lately he comes in and he says stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see his little gears going,
Mm.
and I'm like, he's workshopping something now. He's not telling me a story. He's trying to tell me a joke that he wants to work, and he does it. I'm like, I'm just gonna pretend it didn't happen, because like when it's really early in the Poseidon process,
Mm.
it's not so much a bit as it is.
It's more of a thought.
What's the word
It's
in
more of an
French
angle- it's
for
more of an
dick?
angle.
Une bite. It's not a bit. It's une bite.
It's
a bit.
It's an angle.
It's not even an angle. It's obtuse for sure.
It's
That's a little high concept for you. Sorry.
no, I got it.
Oh, did you? That's
Yeah,
nice.
of course. I did.
You know your
fucking
geometry?
I did Sec 3 geometry. Don't worry.
Obtuse. What's the other
Obtuse.
one?
Aigu.
Aigu.
Yeah.
French is funny.
Yeah, it's weird.
My daughter yesterday we were doing homework. She's like,
Aigu
"Why
is,
does French have so many rules? Everything is the same but different." I'm like, "No, French may be dumb in terms of grammar because it's very complex, but it's more or less universal. You want to talk stupid? Let's look at English. There are rules for individual words only. There's no universal like carry through, like cough, tough, you know, the OGH stuff like that." And she's like, "Why don't they just put an F?" I'm like, "I don't know, honestly." I go, "It has to do with the word's etymology." She's like, "I don't even know what that is. I just want to read." Yeah.
Aigu, for those of you who signed up to geometry class this morning, is
Did you just
basically
mispronounce geometry?
geometry.
Did you?
Geometry.
You called it geometry.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway.
Geometry. I'm gonna start saying it like that from now
Okay,
on.
it sounds pretty
Aigu is more. It's smaller than 90 degrees. Obtuse is larger than 90 degrees.
There you go.
Very simple.
Hold on, Rosalie's jumping into our conversation to mention that colonel is actually pronounced coronel, which I hate to break it to you, Rosalie, that's wrong. It's pronounced colonel.
Yeah.
I think you've been saying it double wrong. But that's free. You can have that when I give it to you. Tutoring with Phil.
Coronel.
Jorge had a good one in the chat.
Oh, I missed it.
When we said I get thrown eggs, he goes, knowing Poseidon, he'd make an omelet. Bro, when life gives you eggs, make an omelet. I'm writing that down.
That's not a thing. It's not a new
It's
thing.
a thing.
That-
It's a thing now.
No, I mean, it's always been a thing. That's the expression. If life gives you eggs, make an omelet.
No, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah, it's the same.
You can use it. It's
Write it down. It's a
No,
Poseidon
I'm gonna say
original.
if life throws you eggs,
Look, there's the other expression too, which is what was it? If you want to make an omelet, you have to blow a few straight guys, right? Is that how that goes? What? I think that's how it goes. If you want to make an omelet, you got to blow a few straight guys. Straight guys.
I don't get it.
I don't think that's how. I think I got it wrong. I think it might be you need to break some eggs.
Get on with the news.
Either way,
please.
it's kind of-
just get on with the news. Talk about Al Pacino and I was gonna
There's
say
no
Sylvester
rule,
Stallone.
Rosalie.
What's
It's
happening
just
with Al
random.
Pacino?
Yeah, what are they doing? Tell us the news.
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are
They're
having
beefing.
children
With each other?
No, at
Oh,
the age of
that would
83
be
and
impressive.
79 with their girlfriends.
Yeah,
Good
I
for
hate to
them.
break it to them,
Bro,
but
they
most
got-
likely those kids aren't theirs. They're a
don't know
little
that.
too old to have viable sperm, I think.
You don't know that, bro.
No?
They're from an old. No. Man's sperm lasts long time. Man.
Till into your 70s?
Yep.
Really?
Chudo's
Yeah.
father had a child when he was in his 80s.
Yeah, but we all know that's Justin
Not
Trudeau is
true.
not
You're
his.
talking about Fidel?
No.
But he lived on an island. It's different.
No, he has a sister that's like fucking 30 years younger than him or something like that.
She's 10.
No, she's probably in her
Wait, how old is Trudeau now?
20s. Trudeau must be
45?
50.
He's not
No,
50 yet.
45, dude. I'm 42.
Yeah. What's your
No,
point?
Trudeau's probably 51, too, somewhere there.
He
He's
became prime minister and he was like 40, right? 41.
no,
Everything I'm saying is wrong.
I think so.
What is that? It's fucking distracting. I'm
Somebody's
sorry.
fart.
He was in his mid 40s, I think, when he was elected. So it's been 8 years. He must be around 52, 53. But yeah, no,
Okay.
his dad
Doesn't
had a
look that
child when he was like in his 80s.
Yeah, but his dad was a fucking
Player.
goat. He was the goat. He was the rose.
Who was the goat?
No,
Big
all,
Trudeau.
all that to say that
He was a womanizer. Good for him.
all that to say that stuff still works.
He was a swinger.
I mean, they got pills for it too. I just didn't think the spermatozoa were viable that long.
No, it's
late
only
into life.
women that have a biological clock.
I mean,
Men, if you remain healthy, even in old age, it should be
you
good.
can father a few offspring.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
So no vasectomy is what you're
So
saying.
they're-
So
so
they're later.
Absolutely no vasectomy.
So they're both having kids.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not.
They're
big
going to be
news.
the heirs to their acting empires.
No, they won't.
I don't think so.
I know.
I mean, they have other children, and they're not.
Yeah.
talented.
It's gonna be one big battle.
Hooah!
Hooah!
Remember, imagine that baby. You're like, oh, I have a son. Hooah! Hooah! The Pacino's first baby.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever, bro. Fuck you. Suck a dick. You want to make an omelet? You got to suck a few dicks, okay?
Let's move
So
on.
dumb.
Hey, last week we didn't have a show. I realized, right?
No, we did.
No, we
had a
did.
Wednesday
You're
show.
just lost, bro.
We had a Wednesday show last
The
week.
week before we didn't have a show because you couldn't come in.
I need water.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, last week we were here. Friday we didn't have a show.
Ah, okay, okay.
We haven't had a Friday show in like
That's right. I thought
6
Wednesday.
months.
Okay.
because you never want to come in on Fridays.
I don't know what's happening with me, but I keep spilling my coffee every time.
Personally, I think it's the fact that it's 32 degrees and you're wearing a winter hoodie and you're dehydrated and you can't make mouth motions.
No. It's actually cold in my house and in my car. I wake up in the morning and it's a little chilly and it's comfortable.
I'm so rich, I can run the air conditioning all the time with my central air. Ooh. You 1% piece of shit. Your wife, by the way,
Yeah.
sent me a story. I just realized now as I said that.
Oh yeah, for the content creation thing.
So,
or whatever.
guys, I'm gonna tell this story.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that you went home and told her that Phil's, prospecting, and she's like, I'm gonna fucking help. Ayúdalo, or whatever it is in Spanish. And she sends me, and I watched it, and I was like, what's happening here? So it's
She told me
basically
so, I'm not sure
the
who-
most Quebecois hairdresser I've ever seen in my life, saying, I need content creation,
Yeah.
editing services. And I
Okay.
was like, oh. And I just realized now, tell her, I completely forgot to answer because I was in such shock from the video. In the very same video, she goes, hey là, check-moi là, ça. Je veux pas quelqu'un qui fait des pubs pour la télé, là. Je cherche quelqu'un qui fait le montage chez lui. That's code for I'm cheap, right? So I was watching, I'm like, did I misunderstand this? So I watched it again, and I realized I missed the second part. Like, basically, I'm not paying that much for this. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for sending me this. Even the thing you tagged me in yesterday, Scamola.
Oh, what did I tag
I
you in?
emailed them. Yeah, something on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find things and I forward them.
People
and,
do that to me all the time, and I appreciate
okay.
the thought, but like no one has the bullshit meter for this
Oh,
industry
yeah,
that
I
I have,
remember what
right?
I
It's
remember
so
what
easy
I
to see when
sent you.
something's a scam. But yeah, I laughed so hard for she's like basically, I need this. I'm really rich. I'm an influencer, so I don't want to pay you for it. So funny.
That's weird.
So funny.
The funny thing is that we're moving into that era where this sort of transition is going to be necessary for like businesses like that.
Yeah.
And any business, whatever. I'm sure there's ways to get creative in any business. It's just that even though that's what we're moving into, you also kind of think in your head, do I really need this? Like, I think we're in that in between where people aren't really ready
we're
to
in
say,
an
I'll
in-between.
invest because there's a return.
We're in the second half of the in between.
Yeah.
Like
I'm trying to find a nice one for it.
you went LGBTQ. That's what you went with.
No, it's called tongue.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Pantelis always gets mad and says there's a specific one you're supposed to be using that you guys have agreed upon. I'm not privy to this information, but
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Just
It's
who gives a shit? Whatever.
anyways,
Yeah, and
just
you're
don't do
saying?
blue. Go warm. We're like at the tail end of an in-between period. The cool thing is though, like I've been speaking to people lately, a lot of them are like, yo, there's so many government grants that I can get. I'm just gonna get these grants. Like it's happened with 3 people now. They're like, I'm just working on these grants. Once I have them cleared up, I'm just gonna transfer you the money and I'll put you on retainer. I was like, oh, that's a fucking win-win.
What kind of grants?
Digital marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them right now. Depends on your industry also, right?
Yeah.
This light is called hot dog.
Okay, hot dog. So yeah, it's happening. But then at the same time,
Some businesses don't. Like
yeah.
I get it. Like they just don't. They don't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, we're moving into this. Like you need to exist online in video form. You know what I've realized? A lot of the requests I get now, they're not for sales. They're for recruiting. People are having a big problem recruiting people.
Yeah.
Like I would say in the past, 1% of my requests are for recruiting. Now it's like more than half.
So they want promo videos to
They
help
don't want
recruit.
promo videos. They want recruitment campaigns.
Right,
Like
that's
help
it,
us
okay.
build something to get people in the fucking door. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. That people can't find people to work and nobody has a job.
Yeah,
people wanna work.
Something doesn't add up. Where
Well,
the hell
I-
is everyone?
OnlyFans, top 0.1%. Fucking-
Also, you know what pisses me off? Like companies can't recruit people, but everyone's online, bro. Farm Simulator 2 just came out, bro. Construction Simulator just came out. There's all these simulators. Everyone, bro, instead of actually working, they're just playing these fucking simulators. They're the reason why the economy is in shambles.
What? I stopped listening.
People
Oh, yeah.
are just playing simulator games. Like Truck Driver Simulator. Dude, the port was backed up during the pandemic. People were just playing Truck Simulator online.
Truck
And
simulator.
they were Truck Simulator, and they were making more money live streaming Truck Simulator than actually being a truck driver.
Good for them. It's money.
No,
I mean,
100%
but bad for
good
the rest
for them.
of us. Like,
Yeah, yes,
bad for the rest of us.
100% good for them, but the system is broken.
No,
bro.
but I don't see. It's back to what you're saying. There's something that just doesn't add up because we know there's huge unemployment right now.
But it's not really real unemployment because a lot of the people who are unemployed, it used to be that they had cash jobs, right? And they were unemployed. Now they have like these digital. We're all basically, not all, most of us are being paid to provide zero service. And I guess entertainment is a service though. We're not producing anything. No one's producing anything anymore. Like you
That's why
get-
the Western world is in shambles. Is they're no longer, they moved away. They're no longer producing anything.
maybe China should. Maybe it'll be good when China takes over.
No, it's not. Anyways,
No, it can't be worse than this.
it's gonna get worse.
No, it's gonna get worse, but then whatever, it's too late. Can't do anything about it.
I just still, I'm still very much amazed at how bad the service sector is, and you know, because we're in our car a lot, we're driving everywhere, so time to time we're gonna stop by like a drive-through just to pick up something, and I don't even know how to go about this. I mean, how complicated is it to fucking put a couple things in the bag and give it rightly, right?
Rightly.
Yeah, like
That's
correctly.
But I get people.
That's
bro.
up there with the end people. Rightly so.
But I get people, bro. Like somebody's playing Coffee Simulator online, Coffee Shop Simulator. They're making way more money.
What's coffee shop? Is that a real thing?
No, it's not. But
Oh,
there's
okay.
games like that
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. I'm just making up. a
Sorry,
name.
I just really was like, I'd play that.
No. But they'll make more money.
Yeah, you run a little
live.
coffee shop. You're like a barista.
Yeah, but you'll make more money.
You gotta
live
work the rank.
streaming that than the actual job. So like, I get these people, but they just don't want to work.
I've never
that
been
job.
able to understand why there's. I mean, maybe I'm just out of touch or just not a gamer. Like, I know there's people in the chat, or you and Pantelis do it too. Like, you'll live stream your gameplay. Why would I fucking pay to watch that? I understand if it's free and accessible.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Oh, people pay to watch that.
Oh, they make
Sometimes.
money off the live streams and donations. People drop $1.
That's the
$2.
thing. Like,
But
you're
1,000
playing
people,
a video game. I'm watching you play a video game. I used to go to my friend's house and watch him play a video game. Whatever, it was fine. I just wanted to play. I didn't want to fucking watch him.
Is it a thing
It's just
where
generation.
is
It's
it a
confusing
thing
to
where
me.
you want to watch how he does it so that you can do? Is it like those
No,
kind of
he
games,
just
or is like how does he
enjoys-
complete the level? Or
No,
Rosa
just-
says it's because you don't want to pay for the game, but you're not playing the game. You're watching someone else play the game. It seems frustrating. Like, why are you going left, bro? Go right. Or there's a one up there. Or like, it's just
I
frustrating.
think you know what it is.
'Cause I've tried.
It's the excitement of what's gonna happen next. Watching somebody else play, like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
interesting.
'Cause, like,
I'm not shitting on it. I just don't get
No.
it.
I think it's for some people. It's like, okay, I would do this, and this.
how often do you guys live stream your video games?
Oh, very rare. We're so busy.
Okay.
With all the podcasts. But you know how kind of people watch this and like, oh my God, what are they gonna say next? Is George gonna say another N people thing, or something similar?
Probably.
The people watch live stream games, especially these games, to see like, oh my God, what is he gonna do next? Is he gonna fall off the cliff? Stuff like dumb shit like that.
Interesting.
It's the same. It's the same.
I mean, I've watched gameplay
it's the
stuff
same
like
part of the
randomly,
brain.
but like most of the time when I'm watching, it's like, would I buy this game? And I think about it, and then I'll never watch it again if I don't buy it. Like, it's that simple. Mind you, I don't have a console. I almost bought a PS5 last weekend. I was so close. It was in stock and sitting in front of me. I was like, do I buy it?
But what are you gonna like? Are you really gonna play it?
I don't fucking know, but I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
want
yeah.
it. I want to play Spider-Man. That's why. That's the only reason I
Oh,
want
dude,
it so
there's so
bad.
many good games coming out.
Because I don't have a PC, I have a Mac, right? And gaming on a Mac is
You could play on a Mac.
you could, but there's a lot of fucking Mac-ness involved. So like, I'm like, should I just get a PS5? I'm looking at it, I was like, you're not spending $750 on a PS5.
How
I'm like,
much?
$750.
$750. I paid $1,000.
Why?
That's how much they cost.
But I bought a bundle though.
No, but why?
What do you mean?
It's
why?
a fucking video. $1,000 for a video game.
You know how?
No, that's
you-
for the
you know-
console. You still gotta fucking buy the games.
Whatever, it's
which
a
are like,
fucking
what,
game. It's a-
$100?
I buy everything on special me.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
But
I buy
like,
everything
Anna wants to buy a console too, but she wants to buy a Wii
For the kids.
for the kids. Yeah, because the girls like Mario
That's
now.
the same price.
No,
Did
it's
you
cheaper.
see
It's a
the new
little bit
movie?
cheaper. I did. I enjoyed
Fucking
it.
amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I loved it
It
too.
was great.
It was a little short. It felt a little rushed in the end, especially like things just kind of happened.
What was
But-
short?
Super Mario.
Oh,
But I enjoyed it. It was
It was
fun.
very
Yeah,
good. Very well
okay.
made.
It did feel a bit rushed.
it was rushed. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
building
okay, so I'm
nicely,
not crazy.
and then all of a sudden it's like
Yeah,
we're
everything
in
happened
we're
so
in the
fast.
fucking ultimate showdown. I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah, it was very. Yeah, it happened very fast, but it was very good. I enjoyed.
I enjoyed it a lot too. It was a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
good nostalgia. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
And they got
They-
a lot of things right. Like, like
They
these
did
little-
a video game movie correctly.
I like that they finally addressed that in this random world of turtles and mushrooms, there's a blonde woman, and that it's not normal. Like, because I always wondered, I'm like,
Where does she come from?
who are her parents? Which
It's a-
Goombas?
It's a Nintendo Switch you were thinking about, not a Wii.
Oh, a Switch. Sorry. Yeah. Did I say Wii? We
Yeah.
have a Wii. We never used it
Oh.
even when it was new.
Because Rosalie offered to give
Yo, no.
ship
She's just
her-
giving me ideas. Yeah.
to ship her Wii.
No. I have a Wii. Thank you. I even have the Wii Fit where you can step on the thing and you can do exercise with a little fucking.
I got that.
What do you say? I stopped listening. She gonna ship me her Wii Wii. Yeah. Wii.
Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate you sending me your 15-year-old console. I do. But we have one. The only thing I play right now, every so often, I the SNES, and I play
Oh.
Super Mario. What's up?
I thought I heard the door.
Oh no. Yeah, I have the N64 and the SNES, but not the SNES, the NES.
The
The
door didn't
original.
open.
What?
The door didn't open.
No.
Oh my god, I'm tripping balls.
Yeah, you're tripping the balls. You suck enough of them, you trip them.
Both.
That's nice, bro. That's fucking.
The NES though, like it overheats. It's so old. Like
Yeah.
I'll be playing and everything just pixelates. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh.
That's because the tape moved.
Not the tape move. It's just like the machine itself. Like I opened it up to make sure it was still
Yeah,
working,
yeah.
and there's like corrosion happening. Like it's a bomb waiting to go off.
Right.
The N64 works great, but the fucking contrast ratios on the N64, because it's only 64-bit, are so bad that on a big screen TV that's not NTSC, like the
Yeah.
lines, like a cathode ray, you can't see in. Like I'm playing GoldenEye with my daughter, and like she's standing a foot in front of my character, and I can't see her
Right.
because she's in like a shaded area of temple. I'm like, fuck, I don't know where she is. And I
Yeah.
get shot by a 6-year-old. Very embarrassing. Yeah, but I don't know.
I used to
It's
love
one
the
of those
Zelda
things.
games on the N64.
Apparently, the new Zelda game is phenomenal on the Switch. It's the only thing that's like, I'm like, maybe we will get a Switch. Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I haven't even looked. Why are we ooh-ooing in the chat, guys? This is a morning show. Keep it together.
All right, guys, let's get to the news.
This was news?
Yeah.
My frame is too tight.
Where do we start?
We start at the beginning, George, as you do with most things in life.
I'm gonna jump to Ottawa. I don't know if we mentioned it last week with this whole Chinese interference thing and
George, it's been 9 weeks.
yeah,
It's
what?
been 9 weeks. You always bring up the Chinese interference and how nothing is happening. Here's the breaking news.
But did I tell you? Did we? Because I can't remember if we spoke about the report that David Johnston.
Yes.
Oh, we did it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
And it's inconsequential.
Nothing happened. Well, inconsequential. He came out and said that, oh, no, I don't recommend the public inquiry. Nobody was surprised. You're best friends with Justin
So
Trudeau.
it's inconsequential.
But here's the thing. And I thought that, okay, whatever he said that, it's over. People are going to shut their mouths. Now it's over. It's done with. It's no surprise there. But the opposition seems to be kind of getting together now and saying, you know what, fuck this guy. And yesterday, the NDP tabled a motion to relieve him of his services, to fire him, David Johnston. Justin Trudeau came out, of course, in support of all the work that he did. And today, I don't know exactly what time, and if anyone is interested in watching this, they're actually going to vote on that motion. Chances are that it's going to pass. Now, what's going to happen? Of course, a motion isn't binding in any way, even though it passes. I mean, it doesn't bind the government doing anything. But it's still a strong message when you have the entire opposition asking the government to fire Johnston because not because he lacks credibility or because he sucks at his job. I think everyone could agree that a guy like that with the experience he has, I mean, you can't completely neglect what he's brought to the public service. But just the fact that there seems to be a very apparent conflict of interest, they think that he's not fit for the job and that we should move on to a public inquiry. It's going to be very interesting to see because they could very well put this into a vote of confidence, or at least I hope they do. But then again, it comes back to the NDP. So when the NDP, the reason why the NDP actually tabled this motion was because there's news that came out this week that more MPs in the House have been targeted by the Chinese government. Aaron O'Toole, the former
Aaron O'Toole?
yeah, the former leader of the Conservative
Targeted
Party.
how? Targeted to be corrupted or targeted to be slandered?
No, they're the CSIS have been monitoring him because they have indications that the Chinese government is kind of looking into what they're doing or trying to infiltrate maybe their offices or whatever, right? There's like some fishy things happening. And among those names that circulated, there's another lady that's in the NDP. I forget her name. So suddenly Jagmeet Singh woke up. He's like, what the fuck? This is happening here? No. We need a public inquiry fast.
That's not at all what happened, George, and you know it. He said, uh-oh. Not, uh-oh, this is happening here. He said, uh-oh, people might find out about the fact that I knew about this. Let me make a statement.
No. They didn't know. They were
I
just
like the
made
fact
aware.
that none of the Chinese interference, think about it, has to do with Jagmeet Singh. Because he's so unimportant that they don't care to even look into him. The Chinese.
They're looking into someone in his his caucus now.
Sounds like the actions of a woman scorned. The woman being Jagmeet. Jealous.
I just think that now suddenly because the ball is in your court, you're like, oh shit, okay, this is more serious than we thought. In any case, wake the fuck up, man. You're the one that's holding everything. You're the one that has the balance of power now. Why don't you just
He has a huge responsibility in what's going on everywhere.
Absolutely. Because at any time, at any point in time, he can walk
Drop
away from the
support and
deal.
the government falls apart. Yeah.
Exactly. But he's not doing it. So this is the big question mark right now. We know that he tabled the motion, so obviously he doesn't like David Johnston's report. He's not happy with it. But just to be fair to them, from the very beginning, Jagmeet Singh has been calling for a public inquiry, the same thing that the Bloc Québécois and the Conservatives have been calling for. But he's just playing kind of, he's kind of in the middle, right? Because he needs to maintain a little of the control over Justin Trudeau, or at least maintain that support in order for government to function. Who knows what the agenda is? But after the vote today, assuming that it's going to pass, because everyone is going to vote in favor of it except for the Liberals, of course, he's going to have way more pressure on actually doing something now about it. Look, your motion passed, good for you. What are you going to do about it? The ball's entirely in your court. Is he going to drop the support? And if that happens, then it's over. We're going to an election. Is he going to hold on to it and, embarrass himself even more than he has so this far? Who knows?
Sorry, just 1 second.
Yeah.
Poseidon, can you just find
Yeah,
out
I'm
where
gonna
that's
go- I'm
coming
gonna
from?
go
Like,
take a look.
I just want to know if it's Titan or if it's just one of our neighbors.
Seems like it's
Yeah,
coming
I'll
up
take
from up.
It's coming from over here. See if you can. Don't like go at anyone. Just ask nicely. Be polite. Thank you. No bark.
So that's what I'm curious
He's
to see.
gonna come back like real.
bloody,
Yeah, no,
ripped
just
shirt.
curious, bro. I told him and I walked in and I looked him in the eye, like I do.
Like I do, you've seen me.
You know, like
You've seen me
because I'm
laying.
from Park X, bro.
Oh God.
I want to know if it's the building or if it's a neighbor. If it's a neighbor, whatever, it's fine. Like whatever. I'm not crazy.
So anyways, that's what's happening because at the same time while he tabled this motion, Jagmeet Singh also came out and said that
Sorry.
yeah.
I look at the chat. It says 693.plus-3, and then it says, "Oops, I dropped the keyboard. Sorry."
Who's that?
Just like it's fucking hilarious that I typed those specific random things.
So at the same time where he tabled that motion, he also said that look, I don't think it's necessary to drag Canadians into an election because of this. So it appears to me, based on what he said, that he's just doing it for show. Like here, we did a motion, it passed. We're against David Johnston. Oh no, but we're not gonna fucking drop the government.
This is why I get so upset with you because like
Grow a pair of balls, dude.
inconsequential. All of it's balls. All these guys. It's just you know how some people really like the opera or theater, or some people are into movies and others are dumb and into sports. That's what this is. This is your sports. This is, you know what it is? The Hill is your UFC. It's your octagon.
Okay.
You're just watching it as though it's not all scripted and it's not all for show.
But wait, are you saying that
We live in a puppet democracy. We have for a long time. We're a banana republic. None of the things that happen in the house have any real, like our democratic process, our choice is perceived. It's not real. We don't live in a democracy anymore. We live in a pretend democracy
No, I
where we
think-
go to vote sometimes.
I think we do. I just think that for the first
I think
time,
you're either stupid or naive.
No, look, I think for the
It's one or the other. You
for
can't be both.
For the first time ever since Justin Trudeau was elected in 2015, there's an actual opposition. It's not entirely there.
Why?
But
When the
it's forming.
Conservatives were in party.
No. when
Oh, you
Ju-
mean since
he got
okay,
elected?
sorry, I didn't
he had
understand what you
zero
meant.
opposition.
I
The guy
thought
was
you meant in
doing-
Canadian history.
No, no,
we
no,
haven't
no,
had
no,
one
no.
since.
Since he got elected, he had no opposition.
No.
There was Scheer and O'Toole. They were horrible. The opposition wasn't at all
I
united.
miss Steven sometimes.
Oh fuck, I miss him every day.
And I
But,
was mad at him when he was here, but now I miss him.
Yeah, but of course. Well, because look,
I was a teenager though. I didn't know.
you know, but-
I was dumb.
here are the facts, and people can go back and look at it. Every time there's been a conservative, the Party has been in government, the economy has been going well.
Yeah, 'cause
Forget
they
about
tend to
everything
be a
else.
bit more-
Maybe you don't agree with them on social issues or whatever. The fucking economy runs perfectly when there's a conservative
I would
party.
argue that if the economy is working, nothing else actually matters, because all the other things that we're upset about won't matter if we're all too hungry or
Exactly.
too poor to live or eat.
Exactly.
Like, have you seen what's going? You know, there are now currently. Sorry, this is super random. I mean, it's all kind of related. There are bidding wars happening for rental units now on the island, in every major city. Like things that are listed for like 1,500 a month are renting for 25 because there are bidding wars for rental.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
It is. You know what? I had a friend who told me this was happening in Toronto about 8 to 10 years ago. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's crazy, man.
is
Thank God we don't
crazy.
have that. And it transitioned over here.
Transition here because it used to be that Montreal was the more affordable city, right? I mean, it still is in comparison. But like I was looking on Centrist because I still don't have a fucking house. In the core of the island, no matter what the house is, unless it's a murder zone, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's $1 million.
Yeah.
Someone needs to fix that.
Man, I don't know what the fuck's happening in here.
No,
You go from
wait,
one
no.
noise to another. fuck.
Are they drilling while the AC's on, or is the AC rattling? I can't tell. Oh no,
No,
okay,
that's
they're
a
drilling.
drilling.
Okay, good, because I was like, fuck, that means we have
But
to
it
service
happened
the-
at the same time when the fan
Yeah,
went
yeah.
on.
So no, the fan is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody can hear the fan, and it was hot in here. I'm happy. You're giving off a lot of black hoodie sweat heat.
So yeah,
Just
so
move in QC City. Look, guys, it's a bit of a commute for me to come from Quebec to Montreal.
Quebec isn't cheap either, guys. By
no,
the way,
that's true. But either way, I'm going to Quebec soon. We're thinking of going, soon in
You're going
July.
in the summer, right?
We're
Yeah.
gonna go to the aquarium
Nice.
pour voir les petits poissons. Do they have the dauphins at the Quebec City
have
Aquarium?
I been
That's
to
my
the-
French accent, not Quebecois,
I
by
have
the way.
been to the aquarium.
I do both.
It's
never been to the
pretty
aquarium.
cool. No, there's no dolphins.
My
There's no
wife wants
dolphins.
to go to New York with my 3-year-old and my 3-year-old is the devil.
We went
okay?
to New York
No.
when Emma
In the
was
summer.
a year and a half, I think.
Year and a half is okay.
Yeah, we had a.
My older
But
one, I
we
would
only
have
had
taken
one,
her at that
yeah.
age, no problem. But the little one is she's like a New York subway rat. She's just into everything, a bit pissed off about. She's also a COVID baby, so she's like, "Are we going to sleep at home?" I'm like, "No," and then she's pissed. I was like, "We're gonna sleep in a hotel." I don't like hotel. I want to go home. I'm like, "Okay, fucking, why do you sound crazy?"
My
Just take
daughters
a breath.
love hotels. They're like, okay, let's go
Oh,
prepare
my
a little
older one
luggage.
loves it. Yeah. But yeah, so we're just. I was like, "Look, I'm not going to New York in the summer because I've done it. It's too hot."
Really?
I don't want to do a big city. Let's do Quebec.
Quebec is
Let's
nice.
see how the little fucking psycho does. If she does okay, we'll do Boston in the end of the summer because I like Boston.
I told you about that hotel that we go to, where there's like an amusement. It's not an amusement park, but they
It's in
have a
Quebec?
pool. Yeah.
you should send me that. My wife was looking at stuff.
Yeah, it's
Did you know there's a
called-
Club Med in Quebec City?
What? No.
Yeah. we should go to Club.
Are you
Club Med
serious?
Quebec. Club Medec.
Oh my
Like,
god,
we
I
need
didn't know
info
that.
for hotels and stuff. Can you give me some spots? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know Quebec pretty well, but I appreciate it. I might reach out. I don't know it for kids though. Like, I don't know what to do with kids.
We go to-
Here's my Quebec City plan. We get to Quebec. We go eat at this fucking disgusting casse-croûte that I love in Saint-Roch, like that area. You know where that big church is?
Yeah.
I've gotten food poisoning there twice, but I
Nice.
still go
But
back.
you still go.
It's so good. It's
No
the
lessons
best.
learned.
No, zero. It's so good. He's an old Greek guy.
Oh my god.
I had discovered it years ago. And I was like, "This is the diarrhea I want forever. For the rest of my life, this is the diarrhea
This
I
is
want."
the diarrhea
It's
I
so
want.
fun. The guy still smokes over the grill. I mean, this was like 7 years ago. But Anyways, I go eat there and then take the kids. This is Quebec for me. Go to the Plaine d'Abraham and go, hey guys,
Go play.
a bunch of people died here. Run. Let them run till they're tired. Let them go to sleep. Watch some Netflix. Go to bed. That's Quebec for me
it.
because aside from that, it's a lot of walking.
The old city is much nicer than Montreal, I find. Like the old Quebec City.
Do the kids care about the
No, but I
Citadel?
love walking there much more than the
I like
Port
old Montreal. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen it so many times. It's not interesting to me.
Yeah.
Quebec is pretty to walk around and stuff, but I don't
The
know.
only thing about Quebec is that it's one street, Grande Allée, and then the old part of Quebec, and then a couple restaurants here and there if
Yeah.
you know the city.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not much more to do.
What's
but
the
it's beautiful.
thing called? That stupid sideways elevator? The funiculaire? Is that what it's called? No.
Sideways elevator.
You know that goes up the hill?
the
Citadel?
téléphérique.
Téléphérique?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? What's
Yeah.
a funiculaire? Did I make that up just
don't know.
now? Did I make up a
I don't
word?
even know. Funiculaire.
I'm gonna look it up.
What the fuck is
I don't know. Let's see if it's a word.
A funicular.
The funicular. I wrote funiculitis. It's a disease.
Funiculaire.
Funiculaire.
Oh.
Au Vieux-Québec. That's what it's called. I was right. It's not
okay.
a téléphérique. That's a funiculaire.
Oh, because the
Hey!
téléphérique has the cables on top. This
You're
is,
thinking of
this
the
is
Manu Chao song, which says panique, panique, panique sur le périphérique.
Okay.
Sur le téléphérique. I don't know. I don't know. It's called a funiculaire. I'm not crazy, apparently.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because
Cool,
it's
yeah.
on rails.
I-
Okay.
wow. Ooh, big sightseeing thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Montreal Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super expensive.
How much? My kids want to go. That's why they saw it from the bridge.
Oh,
Fucking stupid bridge.
How much did you pay? I think it's $35 a person, maybe more. If anyone's gone there, let us know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, last time we went, it was $35 a person.
$35 even for the little persons. Jesus.
I can't remember, man. I can't remember, but it's not. It's not cheap.
Amelie just sent me some information. Old Quebec is pretty bad right now. Too many road renovations. I live in Montreal. There is nothing that comes close. This morning I had to take 8 detours to do a road, like a, what's a dromology in English? A trajet. I
Yeah.
can't speak English today. I got Greek, I got
Itinerary.
French. What is it?
Itinerary.
No, not itinerary.
Trajectory.
Whatever.
Whatever.
A trajet that I do every fucking day. Because they're like, Delepi's closed from here to here. Then we're going to close part of Jarry. We're going to close a little bit of curbs. Actually, once you come around, Marché Central, boom!
Bam.
We're going to, now you have to go through the new Walmart. I can't wait till that Walmart opens.
Yeah.
For the office, it's great. It's right across the street. We can go get like waters
Yeah.
and shit.
No, I came in. I looked at my the GPS, and the carry was jammed.
The car's always jammed.
Not always. No, usually I come here within 45-ish minutes.
That's
it's
jammed.
fine.
That's jammed to me.
Well, if it's for the morning, it's okay. So and then it was showing me to go through downtown. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking regret this.
Downtown
shit,
is
you
bad
know
in
what
the
I mean?
morning.
But in any case, it was a good half hour less.
I used to, when I was a kid, I remember my parents would take me.
kill everyone. Bro.
My parents would take me downtown. We didn't go downtown all the time.
We never
but,
went
like,
downtown.
Really?
No.
I mean, I grew up in Côte-des-Neiges. It's like a
Yeah, I
five-minute
guess.
drive. But especially like Christmas, the Bay, you know, that stuff, we used to
Never.
go. Really? No, we used to go downtown all the time. My parents liked it. I remember being so amazed by downtown.
Yeah.
And I was walking the other day from, what's the intersection? Where Irish Embassy is. Not the actual Irish Embassy, the pub Irish Embassy.
I don't know.
Where the police station is near Concordia. What
Saying,
street is that? Bishop.
Mackay. Bishop.
Yeah,
Maybe
so I'm
Bishop.
walking like from there.
Bishop or Mackay,
I'm
whatever.
walking. It's like a rainy day. I had to go return something. All of downtown smelled like urine, which Montreal normally didn't have that issue.
No.
Maybe on a really hot day in an alley, yeah, sure. I was like, everything smells like piss. Oh, okay. I keep walking. I'm like, there's a lot of homeless people, like way more than I remember, and they're not even native. Like, they're young. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Just a
I
regular-
felt like I was in Toronto near the Eaton Center.
Yeah.
What was the
They opened a new massage place on this floor.
at the corner?
Yeah.
It's not a massage place.
Yeah, they do
They also do massages.
athlete massages though.
It's,
they do facials. but they-
Mademoiselle.
Yeah.
Really nice inside. I looked inside the other
Yeah.
day. They seem nice. I walked
Oh,
in
bro,
to
that's
say
very
hi.
exciting because I'm gonna go for my knee and my upper back.
I don't think it's that type of massage.
No,
place.
they have some. They have.
It's more
that
like
too.
a spa, like beauty.
Oh no, they have that, but they also have like for athletes and stuff like they have.
really?
It's just one lady that does it, but she's pregnant, so she doesn't get that much work.
So you don't have to wear a condom.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I was waiting for it. As soon as I opened my mouth, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I saw they also do that thing with the eyebrow thing.
thread.
Oh,
Threading.
I don't care about that.
But you need it.
You bastard.
Why are you so mad, bro? Why are you so mad, bro? No, actually, you don't have a heavy
I
brow
know.
at all.
No,
George has a
my
pretty
girl,
heavy brow.
My girl plucks them.
Oh, you pluck your eyebrow? Oh, so
The
it
middle,
actually
the middle,
does connect.
the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
used to
Does
be
mine-
really-
Do I
it-
have eyebrow?
It used to
unibrow?
be
Probably not.
really bad as a kid, but I started threading them, and then they don't. It grows back, but not that intense.
Really?
Yeah.
And these are things I need to take mental notes of.
You
Because
trim your eyebrows.
no, I've never touched them.
That's a nice fucking eyebrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should see. Look at my ears. Those need a fucking shave.
Oh,
It's chaos. It's like a.
Oh, bro, you know
Like
what
a
you should
werewolf,
go do?
bro.
You should go do the wax.
I've
in
done it. I just haven't done it in a while. That's all.
Okay.
Because it fucking.
With a,
It
with a
hurts, huh?
stick there. That
Yeah, and then just I did it in my nose once too.
Oh.
Instantly regretted it. Like it was a bad idea. Not
why?
because it hurt. Because after I just felt like
your eyes
my
start
nose.
tearing and
No, my nose was running more when I didn't have the hairs in the
100%.
front. Yeah.
100%.
Like,
Because the nose hair is
sniffle it.
responsible for for collecting boogers.
I mean, I trim the nose hairs, whatever. I have one white nose hair. It always just like
I
dingles out.
I yank them out. I pull them.
Me too. That's how when my eyes are dry, I refuse to use drops for my contacts. I pull a nose hair,
Oh yeah, instant.
instant satisfaction.
Yeah,
We've
you-
gone down a rabbit hole,
Do you
but
start-
I'm enjoying it.
Do you start sneezing profusely?
No, I just get like a
No, me.
one
It's,
of those.
Achoo!
I thought you only do that when you've. Anyways,
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done
Ejaculate.
that into the microphone.
you didn't. You looked away. I'm sure it was fine.
Oh man, but yeah. So Quebec, we go to this to the Jarro Hotel.
Jaro. It's Spanish.
It's a J A
yeah.
R O. It's right at the.
I don't know. We're gonna go for the weekend
pretty
for the
cool.
hell of it. My mom has one of her clients. They have a restaurant. He's a Greek guy with an Italian restaurant in Quebec. So she's like, "We'll go." I want to go see him. I'm like, "All right, we'll go
Okay,
eat
oh, you
whatever."
think your parents too?
Yeah, we're gonna go from like the weekend.
That's nice.
Like I don't go anywhere without some other adults to watch my kids.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
smart.
like it'd be the older one's easy.
you fit in the car.
No, we'll take 2 cars probably. I mean, mind you, maybe my new car. I'm getting it Friday.
Oh,
I went and saw it yesterday.
7-seater.
No.
So how are you gonna fit?
We probably don't. My dad can sit in the trunk.
Probably
My
don't.
dad can sit in the trunk. My
Fold
mom,
him-
my mom,
fold him
won't,
up.
my mom won't drive anywhere with us because she can't smoke in the car, so she won't. Yeah, because the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad's her chauffeur.
Okay, quickly.
Yeah.
When was it? Yesterday, Tuesday,
I don't know.
or Monday, and it's the
One of the days before today.
Public Safety Minister here in Quebec, François Bonnardel, came out and made an announcement the other day that
Francois Bernardel.
the government of Quebec is investing $5.7 million. So what they're going to do now?
Building a new
because of-
tunnel
No.
underwater. Airplane.
They scrapped that one. No. So what happened because of all the gun violence and the gangs and all these things that we're seeing in Montreal, Laval, and pretty much
Not really gun violence specifically. It's gang violence. yeah.
Did I say gun? Gang
said both.
violence. There's also gun violence. The shootings are happening almost every day. Gang-related things also. Businesses and cars going up in flames on a daily basis.
The word on the street is right now from Italians that I've spoken to.
yeah.
Shit's about to get real over the summer.
The
Apparently,
mafia is looking to get in. Like
the
there's
hells
a-
and the mafia are.
I don't know if it's the hells.
No,
I think
this
that
is
the,
this is the word on the street.
I think that
on the street.
I think the Calabas.
It's like we don't know. We're just speculating.
Yeah, we don't know.
All
But
we really know
what
is
we know is
that
it's
a
not
woman
common
was killed.
practice, and these analysts, they're like, this is a sign that smaller pockets, these little street gangs or whatever, are trying to.
Is that what it is? I mean, it's
And
possible.
that's
He
what-
wants to say something ridiculous.
Okay,
And
we've
put his
got
glasses on, too.
exclusive news coming in from Don Borghesi.
You know, me, I'm trying to run my hamburger empire over here. And then you got the gabagools coming in with their sandwiches and the mortadels.
Sandwich.
And the mortadels coming in, they're trying to take over my territory. But I gotta let them know about the burgueses. How we do things around here. Enough was enough. I told my girls on the street, take care of it. You know, you mess with the buns, you get the meat.
That was it. Thank you.
Are you done? We would like to formally apologize to everyone listening, watching. Completely unacceptable. Philip got up and left. I'm not sure if he's ever coming back. Oh, shit. Why? That's the only question people are asking right about now. Anyway, Just to wrap that story up. So the government is investing loads of money in getting the SQ to collaborate into creating special units. And that's it. So hopefully we're going to see some sort of control. I don't think it's going to do anything, to be honest with you.
Zero. They don't need it to do anything. They just need them to stop shooting in broad daylight.
Yeah.
It's still so fucked up. Like 39 years old. How old was she?
Yeah.
It's fucked. I mean, even if you're a criminal, like maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. I don't fucking know. Like 3 kids. Like it's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's
It's the
wild.
fact that like I drove by there right after, not knowing what had happened. I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And like I saw a sideways car, but like I didn't know what it was. Fucking some guy just walks up to your car and shoots you. It's fucking crazy. Those poor kids.
It's crazy because it happened at a time where obviously Jean Talon, so it's so easily accessible. The news and everything had clips like moments after it happened, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It was almost immediate, and just when they're showing the clips and you have the family members were there, and it was this
Yeah, it's
crazy
fucking
crying,
crazy.
yelling. It was a sad shit to see on TV, you know. Let's get on to our favorite topic over here: the French language.
Wow.
Legault's cracking down, and there's no surprise. Obviously,
What?
there was a
What's left to crack down on?
so they passed the bill last week, where economic immigrants right now applying to come into Quebec, they will get refused unless they have a good knowledge of the French language. So we're not talking about any immigration over here, where we knew from the get-go that there's a pretty important portion of that application that has to do with the knowledge of the French language. We're talking about economic immigrants over here that are, in the past were pretty much the investors. They were coming into Quebec. They were dishing money. They were gonna, create businesses or whatever it was. They're imposing now the French language on them as well. The funny thing is, and again, we don't know if it's gonna work or not. I mean, we can't tell the future here, but it's just fascinating to me to think that these are strategies the government believes that are going to help us maintain and protect the French language, and I just don't know if that's true. I don't know if making these things more strict is going to have any effect on the French language. So I guess this is something that we're going to see down the line, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, and we're going to have to evaluate those numbers to see if the French language is still in decline, and if it is still in decline, then we'll know that the policies enforced by the government are garbage. And the other thing that the immigration minister announced earlier this week is a main portal, like a Francisation Québec. So basically, what they're doing now, they're putting everything under a guichet unique. So everyone that wants to either learn French or sign up to one of those Francisation classes and everything, they go to this portal, and everything is available. I don't think that's such a bad idea, especially for the Anglo community that has always wanted to have more access to French courses.
That's a good thing.
So that's pretty that's pretty interesting. So again, that's only going to be I think it's as of tomorrow that it's going into effect. So that's what's happening over here. Huge efforts that the government is making to protect the French language. I just think it's all politics. François Legault is playing hard on the line of the nationalism and on the protector of our French culture and the French language here in Quebec. I've said this publicly many times. I agree with having strict language laws in Quebec because I do think that it's crucial for us to protect the French language. I just don't think it's smart to do it at all and any cost.
Yeah, of course.
Especially for other minorities who eventually are going to end up learning and speaking French. If it's not them,
Yeah.
probably the next. And we're the perfect example of that. I mean, my parents,
Maybe
well,
not me. My French is terrible.
except for my mom, who speaks it pretty okay there. I mean, she can manage. My dad doesn't speak French, you know what I mean? So it usually skips a generation, and we're perfectly, we speak.
I like my
perfect
dad's
French.
friends because it's bad, but he has such confidence. He just goes.
It's good for him, man.
He doesn't
Look,
care what you say.
but dude, it's
No, his
more.
French
than,
isn't bad actually.
yeah,
It's
so
okay.
so it's more than some other people. So, this has always been the reality here in Quebec. I mean, you come here, you're gonna get immersed into the culture over here, and eventually, somewhere down the line, you're going to be speaking French. So I don't know what this whole thing is all about, and I just don't know if these strict policies are actually going to improve the decline of the French language. The other thing that he's been heavily criticized, if you guys remember during the campaign, he said that he's going to fix a cap on immigration to 50,000. And everybody thought that's incredible. There's no way you can do that. Let's remind everyone that he did say, remember during the campaign, he goes, it's suicidal for more immigrants to come into Quebec for the survival of our culture. Remember when he said, he said that it's suicidal for us to be taking more than that. Well, it appears now that they're backpedaling and they're going to say that it's probably going to be closer to 60, 70,000 immigrants. So there you have it with respect to that.
Well, look, at least he tried. Some politicians don't even bother,
At least
dude.
he tried. He said.
Dude, some politicians be like, I promise this. And then they never even bring it up again. At least this guy tried. Can we address that?
Look, I've even said that on my podcast. I appreciate when politicians make a mistake and actually come out and say that we made a mistake and we're not going forward with it. He did that for the tunnel between Quebec and Lévis. He's doing that now for immigration. Problem is that he campaigned with such certainty during the election
He did do that.
that he got.
Well, you have to. You have no choice.
Well, yeah, but that's
Because you
problematic
can't.
to me.
Yeah, but I understand that. But you can't run a campaign off of, hey, we'll fix the problems.
No, that's exactly what you do.
Maybe.
No, that's exactly what you do.
No, you know what I mean?
you
But
know,
you can't.
No, the
You
platform.
have to be. Otherwise, you won't
Well,
inspire.
otherwise,
you can't.
that's lying. That's lying, and that's false.
No, but you have to be like, you have to set out like, I will fix this. And then obviously if you're not able to,
Yeah,
you
but
have
the
to
whole
come out
point-
and be,
okay.
because you can't run a campaign. Like imagine you're a hockey team or a soccer team and you're going to, like you want to inspire confidence in your players and you're like, oh, maybe we'll win the cup, whatever, no,
but
you gotta be like,
you can't compare because sports
No,
there's
you
only
could
one ultimate
compare.
goal.
You
You
could-
want to win the cup. You
you
want
could
to win the
compare because
championship.
it all
So
comes down to
you're
the
working
same
with-
thing. It all comes down to inspiring people.
No,
and-
no, because in politics you have a platform. So when you're
Yes.
putting down a platform in your campaign, ideally there has to be some work done in the platform
Uh-huh,
so
I
that you know
agree.
exactly what you're talking about.
I
If you're
agree.
saying that we're gonna cap immigration to 50,000, one would hope that the reason why you're saying that is because you've done prior studies and you've looked at the issue and you're confident in saying that 50,000
Yes, you're
immigrants in
confident.
Quebec is exactly
but
what
then-
we need because of
but then, George,
this study, that study,
I
whatever.
understand, but
that
then-
hasn't happened.
but
So
then
they're
if you-
just throwing numbers,
yes.
spitting numbers out.
So then, yeah, but then if you let's say you say that 50,000, and then let's say you get down to 70,000, like they said,
Yeah.
right, or up to 70,000 or whatever. No, they got down. Is it down to 50,000 or up to?
No,
50?
they're going up now. They didn't want more than 50, and now they're going to end up with
Okay,
60,
then-
70.
Okay, 60, 70, and they go look, and then they come out after, and they go, look, guys, we tried to
Yes,
shoot.
I'm sorry. Just gonna step out for a second.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
take care of something.
We tried to shoot for 50, but we weren't able to. We appreciate the support. If they were upfront about shit like that, and they were just like, "Yo, we shot for 50, we did our best, but you know what? We got to 70. It could have been way worse. It could have been we could have hit 90, but we managed to get in between at 70."
Yeah, but-
Example, but prior the election, you cannot be like you said. We saw the numbers and everything, and maybe we could do 50. Because if you say maybe and you show hesitation to the people, you're not gonna get votes. And the point is,
Obviously,
to get votes.
obviously, they come out with confidence. It's what they need to do to get the votes. The question is now, had you done your homework before in order to prepare that platform?
But they did do their homework.
No, they didn't.
You just told me they did.
No, I said I appreciate when they come out and say, look, we made a mistake. We're backpedaling. It's not working. I appreciate that rather than coming up with a million lies to kind of justify.
Yeah, that's the problem. with politics.
The problem I have is that these elements specifically were central points in their campaign platform. It's not like we came into government,
I
we
understand
identified
that,
this
George.
issue, and we're going to work it. They came into politics based on this, right? So there's two different things.
Yes.
So when they get elected, especially the MNAs that got elected in the region of Quebec, where they essentially campaigned almost exclusively on that tunnel, which they had evaluated at $10 billion, and the oppositions
Bro,
were
that was
asking.
a money grab.
No,
That
no,
was to
but
feed a bunch
but
of
there was no
politics.
studies. There was no studies done. There was no evaluations done. There was nothing concrete from professional firms or specialists to say a project like this is gonna drop anywhere around $5 to $10 billion. So the government said, okay, well, look, we got this. No, the number, nobody still knows where that number came from, $10 billion. There was nothing. There was nothing tabled. So they were so sure that they were going to make this project happen that they exclusively campaigned on this, exclusively, to the point where when they backed out from it,
Talking about the bridge.
yeah, the tunnel, to the point where when they backed out, the people in the region of Quebec, they fucking hate them. They want them all to resign. They're like, flat out, you lied to us. So it's one thing to get elected and then a problem arises that you have to fix, so you go forward with it. And when you get elected based on specific elements in your platform, now those specific elements, in my opinion, you got to know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't
agree.
put shit on your platform.
No, I agree with you on that.
So it appears that this is what Legault is. Okay, 50,000 immigrants, it's more than enough. That's what we're doing. How are you so sure?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
No, 50, we'll take less, but we'll take better care. That was his slogan. On va en prendre moins, mais on va en prendre soin. You know?
Yeah, it's a good slogan. Yeah.
It's a good slogan, but you fucking fell
It's
flat
better
on your...
than je baise ma soeur, you know.
Speaking of which, I sent you a clip yesterday
Which
with
one?
Biden where he confuses his wife and his sister.
No,
that's
where?
funny.
Where'd you send that?
I sent it on our group
I
chat.
refuse to look at any memes or reels you send in the group chat. The group chat is not for that. The group chat is for work.
It is
You want to
work.
send me funny shit? You send it to me on my Instagram.
Jesus Christ. The other guys.
Jesus.
What a fucking
Wow.
confused. He's so fucking confused. I feel bad for Biden. Oh man.
Didn't he once say that his sister is the love of his life? I
Did he?
remember that,
I don't
yeah.
know.
And his wife just looked at him and he's like,
I
Joe.
meant Jill.
oh, Sleepy Joe.
But it was awkward there when François Legault went and kissed his sister right in the mouth. I guess some
It
families,
was awkward.
You
is
say
not-
awkward, I say exciting.
some families do that. I guess.
Not as adults. That's weird.
Pantelis' favorite politician, Manon Massé,
François Legault in disguise.
/ François Legault in disguise, announced also last week that she's stepping down as the co-spokesperson of the party, because in Quebec Solidaire they have two, based on their charter or the constitution, whatever.
The
there
great
has-
white mustache of Quebec politics.
There's a male and female. The
So they
co-porte-parole.
admit it. There's only two genders.
They're
I see.
co-leaders. Well, see, that's where I'm getting.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool,
No, but that's
okay.
where I'm getting at right now, because they're the woke party, right? They're the ones that are inclusive. Let's have pronouns and all this stuff. And when she announced that she's stepping down, all the analysts obviously came out and they're wondering, okay, who's going to be next? Because Gabriel Nadeau-Dubois is there. Theoretically, it's supposed to be
I
another.
told you I ran into him
Yeah, you
buying
took a
sexy
snap of it.
lingerie
Whoa.
at H&M.
So because Gabriel Nadeau-Dubois is there, theoretically, based on their constitution, there has to be a female. And then all these analysts came out and said, hold on a second, because they're the ones that, with all the pronouns and the inclusivity and all that stuff, what if can it be a trans person now? Can it be, So it's a whole...
They may be woke, but they know they need votes.
Yeah, so it's the whole question now. In any case, there's a couple women that are that have identified that have come out, and
They've
voiced their interest.
identified as elected. I'm gonna just show up and be like, I've identified as elected. I'm here. Where's my seat?
They voiced their interest in running. So yeah, she won't be a leader anymore.
Never was.
Not that you. Yeah. Oh.
Salute to Manon Massé. Look, say
I'm
whatever you
sorry.
want about Manon Massé, and I'll never in my life.
Why do you call her Manon Massé, not
Manon
Massé?
Massé.
Is it Massé or Massé?
Manon Massé.
Manon Massif.
Massé. Manon
Massif.
Massé.
Man, I know this one lady, her name is Manon Massage, bro. I swear to God, best.
You go to Mano for massage. Mano massage.
Manon massages me.
She gives the best massages in the house.
Look, say what you want, and I can never find myself agreeing with
Pickle
her.
weasel.
She
I said what I wanted.
she is a dedicated public servant.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And good for her, man.
That's an oxymoron, but yeah.
Yeah.
You were a dedicated public servant too, technically. Look where that got you.
Yeah.
A basement studio.
Hey, what's happening in Kosovo? Have you been following?
There's a lot of Albanians there.
Serbia, Kosovo.
No, what's happened? No, I haven't
What
heard
are they
anything.
up to now?
They're there's a lot of reports in that these guys are inching closer and closer to a conflict over there.
Are the Serbs fucking going crazy again?
So surprising.
Serbia has mobilized their military. They're getting them ready. From what I understand, I could be completely wrong because I just briefly saw that happening.
They're blaming.
were-
22 hours ago, they're blaming Djokovic for raising tensions.
Well, Djokovic, because he's playing at Roland
What'd he
Garros, I think he came out in against Kosovo because the guy's Serbian, obviously. I
Yeah, I
think,
know
if
that.
I'm not mistaken, and please don't take this as a fact, and obviously Poseidon won't be verifying anything, he's playing with a cell phone. I think there were elections in Kosovo, municipal elections, if I'm not wrong,
Okay.
and I think the mayor of some city.
So here, I have it here. Dozens of NATO peacekeepers were injured after they were attacked by ethnic Serbs in northern Kosovo. For the record, I was not aware that there still were Serbs in Kosovo. But
I
anyways,
can confirm
They
this.
never,
During protests
they
over the
never
installation?
accepted the independence.
So during protests, I know that Serbia doesn't recognize Kosovo.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that there were still ethnic Serbs inside of Kosovo. I
Yeah.
thought they all fucked off.
No, okay.
Or were killed. During protests over the installation of ethnically Albanian mayors. The Balkans is a hilarious place, isn't it?
Yeah, so it happened over in a campaign.
Well,
where
this sort of violence they attacked fucking NATO peacekeepers.
it's
God
the KFOR, the Kosovo force, the NATO Kosovo force over there. There were.
Why'd you say it like that? The NATO Kosovo force. Over
Yeah,
there.
it's
very
called,
old-timey.
Yeah.
K4 or whatever it's K4. NATO.
The Kosovo conflict is one of the is maybe the only real Balkan conflict that I remember. The rest of them, I mean, were before my
because
time.
it's still happening.
But I mean the war itself, like
Oh, yeah,
NATO
yeah.
dropping
90s,
bombs.
yeah.
Sarajevo, same period. Am I mixing up the No, I'm mixing up the Yugoslav wars. Never mind.
No, this was it was.
When did they bomb Sarajevo?
It was in the 90s, no?
Yeah, it was in the 90s, right?
the 90s, yeah.
It was as what's it called? Fell apart.
Yugoslavia.
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 Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I had a little brain fart there. Yeah, but
I'm hard at work.
that's like because there was a lot of stuff before that, right?
yeah.
Before we were born. But yeah, Kosovo. I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
I mean, if you think that it's ridiculous, that whole conflict with Macedonia, right? Because of the borders and we're ethnic Macedonians, blah blah. Imagine what's happening in former Yugoslavia, where it was one giant state of all this mix of cultures and religions and everything, and then suddenly you have to divide that.
Hold
You're not
on.
gonna fucking find a common
Yugoslavia,
ground.
in essence, made a lot of sense. Like in its simplest forms, right? Like we're all Southern Slavs. Let's get together, make a country. We'll all run it together. And everyone's like, yeah, Serbia. That's a great fucking idea. Then Serbia's like, cool. They do it. They're like, we're in charge though. They're like, whoa. Why are you in charge? Because we'll kill you. Oh, all right. Let's see how this goes. Then they killed them anyways. And then there was too many Albanians that were loose in the fucking borders, they're not part of the Southern Slavic
Lucy
people.
Flusy.
And, socialism took deep roots and everything fell apart. But the idea of like a southern Yugoslav state or an alliance, that made sense
Yeah,
to some extent.
Yeah, to some
but
extent.
Serbians being in charge, not so much,
I'm just saying that if you look at the scale,
The USI, the United States of Yugoslavia.
no, it's just a minute little scale of the conflict, right? Where there's this debate. Well, there shouldn't be a debate, but
because you compared it to the Macedonian issue,
Well, yeah,
which they're completely different things.
no. What I'm saying, of course, because it's much.
They're not even related,
it's
except
much-
for the fact that they're both a byproduct of the collapse of Yugoslavia. That's about it. And socialism and Tito.
Yeah.
Like that's where the line
I'm
stops.
just saying that this affiliation to a culture, religion, minority, or whatever that stems thousands of years. I mean, the whole thing
Or
about
in the
Macedonia
case of
is
North
that
Macedonia, it stems 20 years.
yeah, no, but I'm saying it goes even further. Where at some point Macedonia, as a Greek state, was into the Balkans before the borders. So that's what I'm saying.
Those people were something else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that there's this attachment to this, ideology that this is us. We're part of because they were brainwashed by Tito. But imagine at a grander scale,
The vodka.
the entire Yugoslavia, like the former Yugoslavia, where it's like, who are we? Where's our land? And this used to belong to. Like, I mean, it's such a complex puzzle.
It's actually not as complex as you think, especially when it comes to Serbia and Kosovo, because the Albanians were there. They've been there for a long time in Kosovo. They were probably systematically oppressed to some extent, but they're also Albanians, so they cause trouble. Like in the Balkans, generally the Albanians have caused trouble because they had no countries. They were just scattered, right? So they were always different from the local government, the local powers. Eventually they wanted to build, Albania was founded. That's where most of them were, the Gek and the Tosk Albanians. But then there was a bunch that were like, over here. They could have done the simple thing like we did, kill a bunch of people, but they didn't. They didn't do it right. Because
Seriously-
Greece had all kinds of minorities.
Seriously-
Not anymore.
Seriously though, these alcoholics need to calm down with their Tito, bro.
Yeah, okay. You made the joke. No one laughed. You didn't have to make it a second time.
So yes, that's what's
but
happening.
yeah, no,
That's
but
what's
I don't
happening.
want, like, jokes aside, like, as a, I mean, I don't really consider myself Balkan. Greece isn't really in the Balkans.
is.
But it is.
It is, yeah.
But, like, I don't want to see the Serbs and the Albanians fighting. Like, get along.
Nobody
Let's
want-
all get to, I've always said we should all get together.
Nobody wants to see
And
that.
fucking
And for a while,
oppress Western Europe.
No, but
That's
for
always
a
been my
while,
thing.
I'm
things
down.
were-
I'm down, but we
let's
can't
do
get
it.
along. We're gypsies, all of us.
But for a while, things seemed to be okay, and then
Things were never okay. It was just not in the zeitgeist to talk about it. It's
maybe.
always, tensions have always been there.
Why is it that place? There's always issues. Can you explain to me, like,
Because
what's
it's
in
an
the-
ancient land.
Yeah,
And the Turks made a fucking mess.
yeah. The
They
Turks,
confused everyone's national identities.
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
fucked
yeah,
us up.
yeah.
They split us up into the
Well,
the
the
Millet
Ottomans,
system.
the Ottomans bamboozled.
Yeah, the Osmanlis. Yeah,
bamboozled us
whatever.
heavy,
the
bro,
Osmans.
with their pashas and everything.
I mean, the Ottoman structure was interesting. Like in terms of government, like if you look at it, it had its downsides. Absolutely, like the devshirme and all the taxation.
the intel. Yeah,
But a lot of its internal structure was inherited from the Eastern Roman Empire, so it was pretty fucking organized.
The reason why they maintained it for so long, I think, is because they had a very intelligent system in place
They
where
created ghettos.
not only creating ghettos, but they had locals. Actually, they were actually giving a lot of power to the locals,
yeah, of
right?
course.
So they're
and
like,
to
look,
the
you're in
and to
charge.
churches
Yeah,
and to religious organizations. They segregated it. They get the ghettoification of the Balkans happened under the
so
Ottomans.
so you had a lot of business people that were obviously doing business with the Ottoman state that didn't want to lose that the power, the status.
That's Iflik.
So I actually started reading a history book about the Greek independence, and
Oh, which one?
I can't remember the title. I'll send it
I
to you.
was reading one during the bicentennial, like a really interesting
Yeah.
fucking read.
And the major issue in the Greek War of Independence was that
Who's gonna be in charge?
no, it was the Greeks, the rebels, if you want, against the fucking money guys, the rich people. They're like,
Yeah, we're fighting each other.
No, we're not gonna go to war with the Ottomans. No, what are you talking about? It's perfect. Let's stay as it is. It's like,
Yeah, we're rich, we're good.
yeah,
Mavro Mikhali.
exactly.
He's my ancestor. Like, we're
Mavro
just-
Mikhali.
Yeah, Black Mike, bro.
What a name!
What do you mean?
I love it.
It's a super common name. He was a Greek
Really?
hero of the War of Independence. Yeah.
Oh,
Petro Bey, because he was a bey, a Turkish bey, which is like a leader, a chieftain.
Yeah.
Petrom Bey, Mavro Michalis. Yeah, the Maniots were pirates, man. They were making good money when they were under the Ottomans.
So
Yeah, they gave regional power, and they did the same thing in the Balkans. Like in Romania, for example, if you look at Romanians today, they have a lot of Greek last names that have been changed a little bit from OU to U, like
Yeah.
Catacuzinu and Palologu, because the Danube principalities, Wallachia, what's now Romania and Moldova, sorry, they took all the rich Greeks from Constantinople, and they're like, look, you guys are really fucking rich. The Turks did, right? The Ottomans. And they're like, that's good. We're going to make you princes up here. You run that shit. You send us taxes. They're like, yeah, we want to be princes. Until the local population was like, fuck you, Greeks, get out of here. But a lot of them just absorbed into the modern day Romanian state, right? So it's interesting. The whole area's history is very
yeah.
interesting.
The whole area is a clusterfuck.
It is a clusterfuck.
But
So-
even in ancient times, that place was always problematic, dude.
No, I
That
don't
area-
think that
yes,
it was.
it was. There was
Look,
always
it was an
infi-
important passage, right?
There was
So-
always infighting, even amongst the Greeks.
Speaking of Turks and Greeks, I don't know if you followed the elections at all.
Yes, I absolutely did enjoy the elections.
The
My
Turks-
wife goes
the
to me,
Turkish
I can't
elections-
believe he won.
Who? Turkey.
Turkey, yeah. I was like, what do you mean? It's not a real election.
Did you see who showed the video where he's handing out money?
I sent you guys the little.
Yeah, you
clip.
just had to. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
people are lining up to go vote, and you have Erdogan handing
How
out money.
anyone thought Erdogan was not going to be reelected in his banana republic?
I
is
thought it was
beyond me.
going to happen. I was convinced that. And
No. Even if it did happen, we'd never know.
He's like
he would
that
just announce that he won.
He's like that crazy uncle that took power of the household.
No, but there's videos
what that
circulating
means.
online where people are showing their ballot when they're voting twice. They're stamping twice,
Oh,
and they're
my
taking
God.
video of this.
Oh my God,
Dude,
bro.
Turkey is not a democracy right now.
What an
No,
It
no,
hasn't
I-
been for a very long time.
Yeah. So,
But I saw the Greek elections too.
the Greek elections.
They marketed the win as a massive landslide victory, but it's not a big victory if you look at how many people abstained from voting. Have you looked at the numbers?
He got he got what 49.
I don't remember the numbers now.
He got about 0.5%.
But only
of the votes.
45% of the population voted.
Really?
Yeah,
it was a huge. abstention.
42. It's a huge
I
because
didn't
Greece
know.
used to have a law. You had to vote, right?
Yeah,
Remember? I don't
yeah.
think they have that anymore,
No, no,
obviously. So now Like you
Nobody
have
cares.
40% of the population votes, and only 30% of them voted for you, or whatever it is. Like it's not the Greece has spoken.
I didn't look at the numbers. I looked at the
He won. They won. New Democracy Party won the elections.
Well, they
He
didn't make a
maintains
they
his seat.
didn't make a majority, so they're gonna go to a second round now because he doesn't want to make a coalition.
Yeah, exactly. Who's gonna make a coalition with?
You know, so
Greek politics right now is a hot mess.
Yeah. So,
But
anyway.
I mean, look, do I disagree with the guy on a lot of points? Yes, absolutely. But he seems to be doing really good for the public
There-
image of the country.
Greece has never been this hasn't advanced this much economically, socially.
But they're giving up a lot of their sovereignty in the process to privatization.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
Depends what's being
But
privatized.
Chinese.
Like, look at the highways now, right? That happened ages ago, I know. Or Greece being a Shenzhen port. Like, that's crazy. How is the port of Piraeus owned by China?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I understand like financially it makes sense,
Yeah.
but fuck, man, it's a major port.
Of course, it's a
You
major
just
port.
fucking ship, like,
Yeah,
you have no control over it
but it
anymore.
doesn't mean that it's Chinese. I mean, it's a
It's
Greek
a Chinese
port.
port. It's a Chinese port.
It's a Greek port, and they gave it to a
China.
Chinese business or whatever
to the state.
to run.
It's being run by China.
Well,
Look,
because
in
it's
China-
by a crown corporation
Yeah.
or whatever the equivalent
Yeah,
is.
look, in China, everything is owned by the state at
but
the
the
end of
port,
the day.
like it's still Greek. I mean, think of it as here. You run this basically.
I like that the chat went dead ever since we switched over to Balkan news.
Well, they're all
Sorry,
interested. They're all interested.
maybe. Or Olga, they're all talking to Olga in side chats. Like, Olga, what are you doing? Why are you oppressing the Albanians?
They're like, no, they're being like, Olga, are they telling the truth?
I really didn't know this was happening. Maybe that's why my sales lady, the car sales lady, was so. She seemed stressed yesterday. She's a Kosovar Albanian.
Ah.
Maybe she's dealing with some shit.
Maybe she has family up there,
Maybe.
but
she's from there. Like, she came here a couple years ago.
Let's just hope that nothing.
Good
you
for
know,
her. She
let's
made it
just hope
out.
that things
Yeah.
calm down a bit.
You know what? You can take the people out of the Balkans, but you can't take the Balkans out of the people.
That
Zero
works.
take the Balkans out of the people.
works.
Look at us. You could look at you.
We're a mess,
which is
I'm-
which is further proof that Greece is part of the Balkans.
Yeah. Well, as Balkan as it gets. Yeah.
Speaking of elections, there was a provincial election out west in Alberta. I don't know if you guys follow that at all.
Zero.
Daniel Smith, the leader of the United Conservative Party, who was the leader of the Wild Rose Party. Remember that party that came out against all the
Wild Roses?
No, all the health measures that Trudeau was imposing.
I vaguely remember something. I try not to think about that period.
They've labeled her extreme right wing. She took over the party, and Jason Kenney kind of resigned, thinking like this is not the Conservative Party that I've identified with. And she won. She won a majority government on Monday. And this is interesting because she is vocal.
During sex? Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
She's been very vocal, and she doesn't hold back on criticizing Justin Trudeau. She wants to put in place mechanisms for Alberta to kind of have its own sovereignty on certain issues that are usually
Oh, so they're following the Quebec playbook.
federally managed.
Okay.
I feel bad for Alberta because they're landlocked and they have a lot of fucking resources that historically has made Canada rich, right? I mean, oil and everything. And they're surrounded by, well, on one side, British Columbia that has been evolving so much more into the wokeness where they're blocking pipelines and getting all these natural resources to market. And the other alternative they have where it was, okay, let's go east. Well, you have Quebec that blocks it because, because of Legault's popularism. And going into the direction of, no, we don't want
You mean populism?
populism.
I was like, what? I
Populism.
was trying to understand what you meant.
And he came out and said, we don't want dirty Alberta products. We have our clean products here.
Send
in
us
Quebec."
money.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just
No
feel bad
wonder
for them because
Albertans
they're
hate
stuck.
us.
They have no idea how to get their product out there.
That's
And-
fucking ridiculous if you think about it.
And the other alternative they had to creating a pipeline into the U.S. that was blocked by Obama. So it's like they're just stuck there. These poor guys.
Sorry, Poseidon, did you ever figure out where it was coming from? You never told me.
Yeah, he told me they just it's almost done. I'm letting them do it during the morning show because we have clients after.
What is it, though? It's Titan?
Well, they're more
Yeah,
important
yeah,
than us, aren't
It
they?
is them, huh? Son of a bitch.
But they
Okay.
didn't tell us anything.
No, they
'Cause
should have.
He told me
It's okay.
Anyways,
We're not going to get into it. I was just curious because it's right above us.
Yeah, they're doing work on the 6th.
That's from the 6th?
Yeah,
Wow.
but because I explained this to him. They're drilling into the foundation.
Into the concrete, yeah, so
Into
it
the-
travels. But it just sounds so close. It's weird, yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
like
know.
next door.
What else you got? Let's do one more story before we go.
No, there's nothing else. That's it.
Oh, okay, bye.
Okay, how about?
Oh wait, no, I have another story.
Poseidon had something.
Remember
Let's see.
a couple
No, I had a
weeks
question
ago.
for George.
Oh, he has a question.
Remember a couple weeks ago we spoke about the homeless encampments under the Atwater, the highway.
tunnel there.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
Yeah.
Well, they kicked them out because they want to do work under the highway, and there's a group that got a court order to suspend that so they can find places
Temporary housing.
Yeah, to lodge the
homeless.
the
The
homeless,
itinerants.
and they haven't succeeded. Out of the 8 or 9 that are there, they've only succeeded at getting 2 or 3.
They can't find them a place, or they can't
yeah.
get them to leave.
No, they can't find them a place to put them.
Oh, these are for only 8 or 9 homeless.
I think there's
You
about
can't call them that way. You can't. A homeless.
like
It's not a noun.
yeah.
It's an adjective.
Oh, you're a homeless.
You're a homeless.
Ah.
I've never met a homeless.
So anyway,
They got their own nationality. Their
so
own
now they
flag.
asked. So now they asked to postpone it again until mid or end of
It's
July.
a Tim
I think.
Hortons cup on a stick. We're bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I said that out loud.
So they asked
My
now.
intrusive thoughts won.
Oh, you're welcome.
So they've asked for another delay until mid-July in order to see if they could get them out safely. And
I mean, if you were
it's just a
if
sad
you were a
situation.
homeless living Westmount adjacent, that's under a bridge. You got cover. You got shade. Why would you leave?
yeah, you got a roof over your
That's
head.
as
bro.
good as it gets for homeless.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like logic.
I just find it fucking sad. You
It
know,
is
I mean,
It's
you look at-
100% sad.
I'm joking around.
You know,
but
no,
it's-
no,
it's
because you look at
terrible.
a city like Montreal, and these things shouldn't happen in any city, honestly. But
Unless you're in Kosovo. I guess that's
Look, they shouldn't happen, but the truth is, it's always gonna exist.
That's true.
No matter what you do in
He's
life,
probably right.
I know I'm right. There's always going to be when there's riches, there's poor. Like
Are you using riches as a noun again?
No,
like
I'm
those
sorry.
riches
Hold
over
on,
there.
I'm not
Look at
saying
those
this-
riches guys.
Hold on, I'm not saying this properly because I'm a little bit retarded.
a little bit.
But the way an economy works, I
Oh,
saw
let's
this.
see
I saw
that.
this online. Is in order to have a strong economy, there needs to be a lack, a strong lack. So there's always going to be a group of people that are amongst the poor, like the bottom of the pyramid. So there's always going to be.
I know what video you saw in your. Is it the one where they're like the poor are just
They're-
there to make sure the middle class keeps working?
No, it's somebody that was. It was an African man actually explaining how economy works. In order to have
There's
strong,
absolutely no need
In order
within
to
a
have a
financial
strong-
system or an economy. The homeless, for example, the so
Yeah.
poor that they produce and consume nothing, are completely useless.
Yeah, no.
in a
they're always
financial
going to
sense.
exist.
They may always exist, but they provide no merit. There's no like what you're saying makes no sense at all.
Of course they do.
No,
Yeah.
why? Okay, so let's say I murdered all those people tomorrow, okay? Hypothetically. Does the economy continue on its merry way? Absolutely.
They continue the drug operations. They
Other
conti-
people, rich people buy drugs too, dude.
Yeah, but they continue the lesser hard drugs, the cheaper ones, the ones that are more
What's
volatile.
worrying? Look, what's
You're
worrying?
taking a hard stance on a point you think you knew about, and now you're like, it's collapsing. I'm going for drugs. I'm like, I'm grabbing onto drugs.
What's
as
worrying?
straws.
What's worrying? Yeah, look. Ideally in a
talk-
society.
Oh, wait,
See,
someone
bro,
actually figured out what he was
when
trying to
there's
say.
riches, there's bitches.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Little
trying to say.
figured it out. Where
Thank
there's
you.
riches, there's bitches. On that beautiful note.
And I have one last question for George.
Oh, yeah.
Polyev, you think he's gonna win?
I hope he wins, but
How's it
somewhere
looking
deep
for the man?
down, I think that Trudeau could pull it off again.
No way.
Oh, no, I
Don't say
believe,
stuff
I
like
believe
that.
that Trudeau can win also.
I think
I don't want him to. I hope it
I
doesn't
think that
happen.
he boxed the NDP into a corner so much where he may absorb the NDP electorate to the point where he drew the party so much to the left
That he's going to get orange votes.
He's gonna absorb the NDP vote entirely.
So he bamboozled Jagmeet Singh basically. In a,
Jagmeet Singh,
in-
I think, is finished.
in a
the
chess
NDP
game,
is. I
basically.
think. Look, I could be completely wrong, but the way I see it, the way I analyze it, he went so far left that the only alternative for the NDP supporters to actually feel that what they're getting is actually
sense.
accounted for,
Yeah.
that at least we're going to get our policies in government, is to vote for the Liberal Party. And not only that, on an ideological stance, because he drew so left, he's making Poilievre perceived as someone that is extreme right, which he's not, to the point where the left electorate, which is the NDP, are going to be like, we have to do everything in our power to make sure that that guy doesn't get in because of his extreme right-wing policies. I think he's going to feed off a lot on the left vote. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls it off. I hope he doesn't.
So you're telling me that Justin Trudeau played gay 4D chess and Jagmeet Singh fell for it?
You know what? As much as I want
That's
to
it.
yell at
That's-
him, he made a. That's a pretty apt analogy. That's exactly what happened. I think this, what we're witnessing,
Is-
until we get to an election, this will be the Turban's last dance. Hit the music.
That's amazing!
Well, thank you for joining us. We covered many a topic today, most of which I've already erased from my memory banks because I have more important things to think about than Jagmeet Singh, Justin, whatever the fuck his name is. But I am sad about the Serbia thing, and now that the shootings in Montreal, that shit doesn't make me feel good. Maybe I will move to Quebec City and then commit suicide. Because why else would I? What would I do there?
It's a nice place to live.
Just
They're-
joking, guys.
They're very nice people.
They are very nice people, and they all speak better English than most Quebecois in Montreal.
When I first started visiting there often because of my girlfriend, I
There's
used
sex tourism, yeah.
No, people would tell me
Hold
hello.
on. Was it not sex tourism
No, it
when you were
wasn't.
visiting your girlfriend?
That was Cuba.
Were you not there to have sex with
Be
your girlfriend?
quiet.
Excuse me?
Hold on. Let me finish my sentence.
When you were
No.
visiting Quebec,
So when I was visiting Quebec
Ah.
City,
Ah.
the people were so nice. I'd get angry. I'm like, what the fuck are people telling me hello? And my girlfriend would tell me like, no, they're like that here. Everyone says hello to each
Yeah,
other.
'cause it's
They're
small,
nice. But I would take it like an attack, and I had to calm down.
Oh, that was the punch. That was the punchline.
There was no
My name is-
punchline. It was just a story.
Of the story.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
My name is Phil Balabanos. You can find out more about me at balabanos.com. You can follow me on all the social channels, all kinds of fun stuff I do. I get into trouble. Not really, sometimes, whatever. George, Politiquement Parlant, he has a podcast with another guy.
Follow us, please.
Who's not Balkan like George. George's very Balkan. Look at that brow. Look at that brow.
He's Balkan.
Look at that Balkan brow.
He's Balkanese.
He's I mean, when was it? 2011, I believe, or 2012? They discovered one of the earliest Homo sapien
Homo
style.
erectus?
Yeah, no, it was Homo something Grecopithecus. Part Neanderthal, part Grec, part Pithecus. That's George. He talks politics with what's his name? Salim. And they want you to come over and subscribe to what
Salam
they're doing.
alaikum.
But it's en français seulement.
Yes.
So if you only salam alaikum and you don't bonjour, then you can't understand it. But it's a good way to learn French. I am Poseidon.com. That's it. It's a site where you can find out contact information.
It's just more of a
Poseidon.
landing page.
I would say get to the landing page. Once you land, explore it a little, then send him emails that are lewd.
Whatever you do, don't touch the grass.
Huh?
That's it. We're out.
Wait, no.
Oh yeah, Patreon.
You why don't you plug your boss there, buddy?
Patreon.com/Pantelis for exclusive stuff, and you get stuff early. You know how it is. Support the motherfucking nation. And PantelisComedy.com for all his stuff, dates, everything. Every Tuesday, he has a live show at the Bordel in English. He hosts it. I think he does a very good job hosting, and I think he's way harder on himself than he should be. That's it.
Don't say that. He'll just hate you for saying that. I will say this before I leave. I will leave you with a tiny bit of philosophy, some free
God,
information.
I can't believe you just said
If there's
that.
one thing you can invest in right now that will change your future, and be ready to cut the second I say it, because I'll never say it again. Invest in Chinese language courses.